All right, y'all. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 10, episode 13. Um, Kim. Motherfucking Kim. Like, that's all I can even say right now. We gonna get to that. Let's talk about everything else first. So, of course, the girls we know are in Barcelona. They're on the bus, and Cynthia gives them like this bucket list challenge or whatever that she wants everybody to participate in. One of the things that's on the list is, being somebody else for a day. So Nene is like, well, I'm going to be Candy for a day or whatever. And she starts doing like this impersonation of Candy and everything. And, they all laughing or whatever. Y'all know how Candy is, tight teeth and, just kind of dry, monotone or whatever. So Marlo is like, she's so damn dry or whatever. And then that's when Candy is like, girl, you talk too much. So then Marlo, she was like, oh, well, you got to come to one of my etiquette classes. I'm like, oh Lord, here she go with that bullshit. Y'all remember, what was it, last season or the season before? She was trying to do excuse me, like an etiquette class with the girls or whatever, and I was just like, she the last person I would go to for some etiquette, okay? I'm just saying. But anyways, Candy is like, girl, please, or whatever. You gonna be attending the class and everything? And Marla was like, no, I'm the one who's teaching it, da 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 da. And, she was saying something to Candy, I guess, like, Candy come off rude to people sometimes or whatever. Something like that she was saying about Candy. And Candy is like, girl, please, you say rude shit to people all the time or whatever. And they flashback to all the times where Marlo has been rude and then got out of pocket with people or whatever. And Marlo was like, no, I'm just blunt or whatever, this, that, and the third. So then Shamia, she's like, where's Kim and Kenya? And, Nene is like, girl, please, you late or whatever. Well, I could tell you about Kim. Kim wanted to come with her husband, and this is a girls trip, so that's why she ain't here, because she can't go anywhere without her husband. And she's like, Kim's the only person that I know that done had cancer, done had thyroids, open heart surgery, a stroke, and she could still be so motherfucking negative and everything. And I didn't have a problem with what she said. I mean, I'm sorry. I already told y'all how I feel about Kim. We know Kim's past. Kim do be lying about shit and everything, this, that, and the third. So, I mean, had it been somebody else, I probably would have been like, okay, Nene, But like I said, because it's Kim and we know her history of lying about shit, it was just like, I kind of chuckled a little bit, for real. But yeah, so, Portia is like, I didn't know she had cancer or whatever. And Nene is like, well, that's what she said, she said that's why she wore a wig and everything. And they flashed back to 10 years ago at one of the reunions. And Kim was talking to Andy about, her having cancer and this, that, and the third. And Andy was like, well, is it like 100%, gone and everything? And then that's when Kim was like, well, actually, I don't have cancer. They found out there was something else and all this other stuff. So, yeah. So, anyways, they arrive at like some hotel or whatever to have like lunch. And, the food was laid out really nice and everything. And, Candy, she shares the news that Nene is going to be going on tour with her and everything. And, Nene is like, yeah, but the only thing is Candy gonna be my roommate or whatever. She was like, Candy, you better keep your hands to yourself or whatever. And I mean, I know Nene was playing and everything, and Candy knew too, but it's just kind of like irritating how they all, like I told y'all before, they always try to make it seem like as if Candy just be asking to eat everybody's cooch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or like, trying to do something sexually with them if she in the room alone with them. It's just, it kind of irritates me a little bit. But, Candy is like, y'all act like I'm the only one who, done dipped in the lady pond or whatever, this, that, and the third. So then Shamia, she asks Eva about, her dude or whatever, Mike and everything. And Eva's like, yeah, he's an attorney. He's running for mayor, this, that, and the third. And, she talks about her daughter with Kevin McCall, but, she doesn't say his name or whatever. She's like, my daughter's sperm donor. And, ever since Mike came along, he's been like her father and everything, this, that, and the third. And I was like, ooh, girl, why you say that? Because y'all know Kevin McCall is like crazy. I'm not even like playing when I say this. That is something wrong with him. Like, it's really something wrong with him. I don't really blame Eva too much in a situation like this for her not to really have her child around him and everything, because he not right. He not right. But yeah, I was just like, ooh, why she say that? But I understood what she was saying. But anyways, so then Shamia, she talking about she gonna ask Eva, well, is your boyfriend okay with you dating women as well? And everybody was looking like, huh? And I was like, huh? Too? Because I'm just like, what the fuck? And, Shamia is like, well, I saw on the blogs that, you dated Missy at one point and everything. Talk about Missy Elliott. And I was just like, nah, I ain't never heard that. I don't know. But I ain't never heard no shit like that. I never have heard about Eva and Missy so-called dating and all this other stuff. So I was just like, girl, that's probably some shit you just came up with for real, for real. Like, I don't know how you got Missy out of all people, to concoct this so-called rumor. But yeah, I just feel like that's some shit that they done made up or whatever. But anyways, Eva is like, I've never messed around with Missy. I've never been like serious with women like that. I have had a girl experience before, but that's about it and everything. And then, that's when Cynthia was like, well, listen, Candy, I already told you before. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm have an experience, it's going to be with you or whatever. Like, some shit might go down here in Barcelona or whatever, this, that, and the third. They all start cracking up and everything. And Nene is like, ooh, I'm a watch or whatever. I said, see? like me, y'all know Nene be trying to act like she a prune and shit like that. But, like she have her moments and everything. But anyway, so, that's when, Candy is like, y'all gonna know, if I done had Cynthia and everything, because, well, no, she was like, y'all gonna know when I knock Cynthia off or whatever, because she gonna be defending me the way she do Will and everything, this, that, and the third. So this prompts Eva to apologize for, things going down at Candy's party the way it did. Like, she wasn't really trying to come at Cynthia like that. And, Cynthia's like, okay, so what was, what was it that you heard or whatever the case may be? Because from that night, from what I understood, he didn't have a girlfriend and everything. And Eva is like, well, maybe he doesn't now, but at the time when I met him, that's what it was. And Cynthia's like, well, I mean, as far as I know right now, he doesn't or whatever, just that and third. So then Portia, she's trying to say something or whatever. And Cynthia's like, well, just let me finish what I'm saying to Eva and everything. This is really our conversation or whatever, just that and the third. So then Nene is like, I mean, do you feel like he lying a little bit and everything? And Cynthia's like, no, I don't believe he lying. I'm just like, yeah. I think we all agree that something wasn't really right with what Will was saying to Cynthia last week or whatever. Like, he was getting tripped up and it was different shit that he was saying throughout the episode or whatever. So, yeah, it's some lying going on in his story or whatever. But, I mean, Nene is like, I mean, you believe him after only knowing him for 2 months and everything. And when you known Portia longer or whatever. And then this is when Cynthia is like, well, Portia, I got emotional with you because you got a history of telling me shit about Peter that might not have been true. And that is true. Portia does have a history of doing that or whatever. And Portia is like, well, those things were told to me or whatever. And like, Portia, you won't get enough of, telling some shit that was told to you when you don't know 100%. I'm just saying, you won't get enough of that shit. That's why these girls don't really fuck with you like that now. You know what I mean? Because you sitting up here spreading shit, not knowing if it's true and everything. And, excuse me. I will say, I feel like, I think at one point in time, a lot of us kind of had that thought that maybe Peter was messing around on Cynthia or whatever, this, that, and the third. But when you really think about it and think back on the shit, especially the shit that Portia was saying, it's just like, yeah, Portia never had any receipts. Just like in anything, that she puts out there. She never has any receipts. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, girl, you need to stop. But anyways, Cynthia's like, well, when you said somebody told you something, that's like you saying somebody told you that Candy tried to rape and drug you or whatever. I was like, well, kind of got a point. But Portia is like, see, well, let me get you together real quick. You trying to bring in a lot of stuff to justify you being defensive. And like I told y'all before, I feel like Cynthia does get defensive and everything or whatever. And but Portia is like, I thought you wanted to know, and or whatever, but I won't tell you shit else. I just let the rest of the girls tell you and everything. And she's just kind of disappointed because she thought that her and Cynthia was getting back on track, from their trip to Houston, but it seems like the shit is just not. It's like back to square one again or whatever. And Cynthia has said something that to Portia, saying, well, I don't tell nobody about they man or anything unless I'm really close and unless you ask me. But see, Cynthia, they ran the tape back on her, right? They ran the tape back. Cynthia did say to Portia that she wanted to know what Portia had to tell her. Portia asked her first when Cynthia was going on her whole rant, like, well, if you know anything about the motherfucker I'm dealing with, you tell me, and woo and all that. And then that's when Portia is like, oh, you want to know for real or whatever? And then, because I know something and everything. And that's when Cynthia was like, yeah, girl, tell me. So, yeah, Cynthia, like, come on now. Like, Cynthia be forgetting about shit. Cynthia be forgetting. I've kind of noticed that with, like, pretty much all these girls on this show, they all forget that they done said some shit. But it's like, yeah, Cynthia, you did give Portia the okay to tell you this information that she knew. So you can't really be mad at nobody but yourself, for that one. But anyway, so they leave they leave the hotel or whatever. They go to like their villa that they're going to be staying at. It has 8 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and these girls are not impressed. And I'm just like, I mean, granted, I guess because of the lifestyle they live, and they do look at something more extravagant or whatever compared to where they was. But I thought it was pretty decent. I mean, what y'all think? Okay, like, I mean, I thought it was cute. I thought it was pretty nice. And then it's just a simple fact that y'all in motherfucking Barcelona on Bravo's dime. So I don't really see why y'all complaining, but whatever. But anyway, so of course Candy gets the best room again. Because if you guys remember, a few seasons ago, I think when they were in Savannah, Georgia, Candy was not the host. I think Nene was the host. And you guys know Nene and Cynthia are both the hosts for this trip. But like I said, back when they went to Savannah a few seasons ago, Nene was the host of that trip, and Candy got the best room. And my whole thing is, y'all go through this every season. It seems like every season y'all go through this about who gonna get the best room and this, that, and the third. Like, do y'all not have these conversations beforehand and let motherfuckers know, okay, y'all, listen, the host is going to get the best room or whatever, so don't be no confusion and everything, just letting y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just going there and assuming that everybody's going to have that mindset. It's like y'all do this every year. I feel like y'all need to lay out some ground rules, and one of them being the host get the best room. You know what I'm saying? It's just like y'all go through this shit every motherfucking year. But anyways, so Nene and Cynthia, they're talking, and she tells Cynthia she feels that the more mature girls should be upstairs or whatever, and like the middle-aged girls need to be on the middle level and everything. And so Cynthia's like, I don't know how well that's gonna go, but okay. So Nene calls for like a meeting. Hold on, y'all. Let me get one of these waters. Okay, so Nene calls like a meeting or whatever about, the whole room arrangements or whatever. And, Candy is like, girl, no, I'm not going for it and everything. I ain't moving out that room or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, Candy had said something about the whole age comment that Nene made, and Nene starts getting defensive, and Candy is like, every time we say something about your age, you be quick to let somebody know how young you are, this, that, and the third. And Nene is like, I didn't say nothing about age, and they showed her just 5 minutes ago sitting up here talking about the more mature woman. That has to do with age, Nene. Like, child. Like y'all got some fucked up memory on this show, acting like the cameras ain't gonna roll back on your ass. But anyway, so Marlo, she's like, so you gonna let Candy punk you like that, this, that, and the third? And Candy is like, girl, bye. This is not about punking nobody or whatever, this, that, and the third. So the girls, they all getting ready. To have dinner. They're staying in tonight. They're, going to be dressed up in their pajamas or whatever. And Nene, Marlo, and Cynthia, they're having a conversation. And Marlo tells Cynthia not to get defensive with the girls when it comes to Will or whatever. And Cynthia feels like she wasn't getting defensive. She was just saying what she said to Portia, like, my bad if it came off funky, but, whatever, it is what it is. Then Nene, she feels like Candy went below the belt with the whole age thing. I was like, that's going below the belt? Like, girl, whatever. So anyways, she's like, because we look the same age and, y'all bitches is fat. Y'all take y'all clothes off or whatever. I'm like, Nene, you ain't quite a stick yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's just that yours... Granted, because of the fact that you're tall, yours is proportioned a little bit differently. But yeah, girl, I mean, come on now. I'm just saying. But anyways, so Marlo, she feeling like Candy got beef with her or whatever, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, y'all just do the fucking most for no reason. So Shamia, Portia, and Sheree, they're in another room. And they're talking or whatever. And, they call Kim. For what? I don't know. But they call Kim. They report to Master Kim. And, they tell her that King is not there and everything. And Kim is like, damn it, I should have came or whatever. Bitch, your ass still would have found a reason not to come. So fuck out of here, okay? So anyways, Sheree is telling Kim what Nene said or whatever about, the whole, her wanting Croy to be there or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Kim is like, Nene don't know me or whatever because she don't talk to me and this, that, and the third, whatever. And, Portia was like, well, I was about to say something, but, never mind. I'll wait. And then Sheree and Kim, pumping Portia, like, no, go ahead and say it. Just go ahead and say it. And Portia is like, well, I think it's a blessing that you're a cancer survivor because, it runs in my family and it's just very touching and all this other stuff. And Kim is like, what? I'm not a cancer survivor. Who told you that? And da. And Sheree is like, well, that's what Nene said, and then she told Kim the other shit that Nene said and everything. So, of course, Kim starts going off saying that this the same bitch that parks in handicapped spots, and she parks her rented Rolls Royce and all this other stuff in, and, she got roaches in her house, and Kim is like, hold on, let me find the roach video or whatever. I'll hit y'all back later. So then the ladies meet for dinner. Cynthia lets Candy know that Nene's feelings was hurt about the whole age thing. And Candy is like, girl, what? Like, it wasn't even that serious. Like, you came at me and everything. And Nene is like, girl, no, I didn't or whatever. And, Candy was like, you sitting up here talking about our elders or whatever. And Nene is like, I didn't say elders. Did I say elders? Y'all know how dramatic Nene is. And Cynthia was like, well, no, but you did say, more mature or whatever. And Nene is like, yeah, that's what I said or whatever. And Candy's like, oh, yeah, right. I'm sorry. I got it wrong, But Candy just feels like it's just really not that serious. I feel like it's not that serious either. Nene is making taking shit to a whole nother level that it don't need to get to. Then she got pissed off at Shamia because Shamia made a whole joke about the whole elders thing or whatever, and it wasn't that serious once again. But anyway, so Shamia is like, Marlo been serving Candy all day or whatever. And Marlo is like, I feel like ever since I said that you're dry, you just been like kind of stank to me or whatever. And Candy is like, girl, you've been running your mouth all day and it's not that serious. And Marlo still's talking about this whole etiquette bullshit or whatever. And Candy is like, you telling me I need to take a class on some etiquette that your ass need to be in attendance to too. Of course I'm gonna have something to say. And Cynthia's like, well, did you get offended about her saying that you were dry? And Candy is like, no, I don't care or whatever. Like, it's really not that serious. And Marlo is like, see, the difference with me is that I'm blunt or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, Candy, you just have one tone. So people don't ever really know whether you're playing or not. And I was with Cynthia. And I wish Cynthia would have said it out loud instead of in her confessional. Because in her confessional, she was like, Candy been this way since we met her. One tone. So I don't know why Marlo acting like as if this is something new. Exactly. You've been knowing Candy for years. This is how Candy has always been. Like, why are you just doing too much? Doing too much. But anyway, so I think the girls start talking about something else. And in the midst of them talking about whatever they was talking about, Candy and Marlo get this text message. They looking at their phones, and Marlo shows her phone to Nene and everything, and then Candy is like, girl, and Cynthia like, what? And then that's when Candy tells Nene, Kim going in on your ass and everything. And so Portia, she reads the post out loud, and this is the same post that Kim put up that we all had saw in the blogs or whatever. And with the whole so-called roaches and everything. But I told y'all before, they ain't look like no roach to me. That look like them outside bugs that come inside your house, like a water bug or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially them living in the South, it's not abnormal. You know what I mean? So, like, Kim really tried it with that shit. And just like Cynthia said, Kim and Brielle taping videos and everything and saving them for a mad day. And that is dirty as fuck. Like, y'all collecting information. Y'all ain't even have, like, I don't even understand what was the big issue with Nene this season for you to be sitting up here collecting information like that or whatever, just to wait for the moment that she piss you off just so you could use it against her. Like, that's some dirty ass, grimy ass shit, Kim. Okay? And, Candy was like, well, Kim, I'm not surprised because Kim said I lived in the hood or whatever, and she hasn't been welcome back to my house since. And y'all remember a few seasons ago, when Kim had said that shit about Candy's house. But around the same time, Kim, you was getting kicked out your shit. Huh, yeah, catch that. Fuck. Like, ooh, that shit, like, when they ran that shit back, that shit pissed me off all over again, because I felt pissed off when I very first, had saw that years ago and everything. But yeah, Cynthia is like, well, Kim is not here, so how did she know or whatever? And Sheree, she pretty much like, girl, don't act like you don't know or whatever. I'm the bone carrier. I'm the captain of the tea and all this other bullshit. Y'all know how Sheree do. And it's just like, I don't understand why Sheree just bask in this role so much. Because it's not cute. Like, girl, you pushing fucking 50. Your oldest daughter is in her 30s and you think it's cute to just carry this role? Like come the fuck on. You know what I mean? And once again, I feel like they don't really call Sheree out. They really don't call Sheree out on this messy shit that she be doing and everything. And it's so funny. I was talking to one of my friends earlier and he was saying that they must got it in the contract where they can't say shit to Sheree. About when she be on this messy shit. You know what I'm saying? They must got it in the contract or something. But anyways, so Nene, she's like, well, let me say something. Fuck Kim. And I was with Nene. Y'all know I've been saying, I said fuck. Y'all remember I said fuck Kim and fuck Brielle. Okay? You know, because she's like, can't none of y'all step into my motherfucking house and say shit, okay? And, you know, then Kim sends pictures of Nene's car being in a handicap spot. And then, you know, when Kim said that she didn't see Nene, or she wasn't sure if it was her or not. And Nene is like, listen, I was with a handicapped person. That's why I was in the handicapped spot. Yeah, I know they rolled the tape back to Nene's white party or whatever. And Nene is like, I'm about 6 feet tall or whatever with blonde hair. I'm a big bitch. And you mean to tell me you wasn't for sure whether it was me or not? Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here and everything. So they say whatever they got to say, whatever, more in the conversation. And that was pretty much the episode, y'all. Like I said, that shit with Kim was dirty as fuck. I don't need to see Kim again next season. Y'all better not bring her motherfucking ass back. I'm over it. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, y'all. Bye.